Clutch Trucker is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey, thanks so much, YouTube, for tuning in again to the Clutch Trucker channel. Here I am parked in a little like gas and sip type of place in Loveland, or Lovelock. What is it, Lovelock? Lovelock, Nevada. The point of this video is the past week I've been feeling really lousy about people because I had loads canceled on me. I got hung up for hours and hours and hours at the Kroger King Soopers in Denver, and I pretty much had given up all faith in all people. But I've been redeemed a little bit, and I'll tell you why. Alright, so if those of you who have watched my video about how, like, for one, the IR Pissed video, where I talked about that load I did for Uber Freight, or was trying to do for Uber Freight, where I drove from Yonkers, New York to Allentown, Pennsylvania, checked in, sat on their lot for 2.5 hours, and then was told to leave because the load was canceled. Then I drove to the nearest truck stop, which was the TA in Harrisburg, where I had a spot reserved. And on the way, I get a text from Uber saying, we're not going to pay you anything for canceling the load because you were late. And I'm like, you know, I told you I was late when you gave me the load. I was 2.5 hours away in Yonkers, New York, and it was 6:30 p.m. The appointment was for 8 p.m., hour and a half. Hello, can't make that. But yet they tried to blame me. And I called them back and I said, you know, this is a bunch of bullcrap. Really, come on. You knew where I was when I got the load, and you knew I would not be on time. I got there at 8:45. That's 2 hours and 15 minutes for those of you doing your math. I made excellent time. But they still said, well, we won't give you anything. And I said, that's crap. Because you knew I would be late. And then I sat there 2.5 hours, and then you canceled the load? Not happy, Bob. Well, it turns out, I got an email just the other day that they're giving me $200 for that. Holy crap. Uber Freight gave me $200 for doing a load that got canceled. Which is good. They should. I drove over 100 miles, busted my butt to get there, sat there 2.5 hours. I deserve to get paid. I got paid. Couldn't believe it. Huh? Anyway, now, if you watch my video about the big time waster number 2, Electric Boogaloo, King Soopers / Kroger in Aurora, Colorado, I went to deliver on Saturday afternoon. I got there, I had a 3 o'clock appointment. Got there at 2:05 p.m. and waited. All right. After 6 hours, I went in and said, what's up? They said, well, we don't know, the sun, the moon, the stars, you might be next, gonna be hours still, and I left. Probably shouldn't have done it, but I left. I was so tired of getting screwed over by receivers and shippers. The broker on that one, I have to go look at my notes here. All right, hang on. Was called Partnership. Partnership. They actually didn't give me any crap for leaving on Saturday, which I was amazed about. And I went ahead and tried to deliver Tuesday, because of course last weekend was a holiday with Labor Day, so I had to wait for it to get rescheduled till Monday, or till Tuesday. And they said, roll down there and we'll work you in. Work you in. Which is the worst 3 words you could ever hear in trucking. So I was there 8 hours on Tuesday. Finally got unloaded, all right? They gave me money. Believe it or not, they gave me money. I couldn't believe it. They gave me layover pay for 4 days. I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, but they gave me money. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. I went home, spent time with my family, because I was like, screw it. I'm so close to Cheyenne. I'm not going to get screwed and stay in Denver all Labor Day weekend. And they gave me money. So partnership brokers, yeah, I'll do another load for you. You treated me right. Believe it or not, wow. A broker treating a driver right. It's amazing. All right, so Uber Freight gave me money. Partnership gave me money. Way to go, Partnership. Give you the thumbs up for that. Okay, and I had a load I was supposed to pick up the next day, Sunday, in Aurora. A load of water going down towards where the hurricane was hitting in Florida. It was to a town in, I can't remember the name, in Georgia, like Lake Park, something like that, just above the border with Florida. And it was going to be a good paying load, a load of water, to a Home Depot. That got canceled. That got canceled when I was on my way into the one in Aurora. Believe it or not, I got money for that too. Holy crapazoid. I can't believe it. They paid me $300 for that load being canceled. It's amazing. When stuff actually works out like it should, when you get paid for loads that got canceled through no fault of your own, because it's always easiest to blame the driver. And, okay, Uber Freight paid me something for driving there and waiting and nothing happened. I got paid for leaving King Soopers Kroger and coming back on Tuesday. Wasted a whole day, granted, to deliver then, but I got paid for that. Not a lot, but something, which is amazing in this industry. And then this Hub Group load. So Hub Group, you get thumbs up too for the load you canceled on me going to Georgia. I got $300 for that. I'm amazed. I am just totally amazed. The load I was just on that I delivered today, what is today? It is Friday, the 6th of September. I picked up this load in Denver, Colorado. Wednesday afternoon. I picked it up. It was a load of insulation going to a place where they were building a pole barn, or a steel building, something like that. Okay, in Nevada. I waited for the rush hour to end on Wednesday. Drove Wednesday night through Thursday, made it all the way up to Wells, Nevada. Then I drove the rest of the way in Friday morning to Wellington, Nevada. Tiny town. Turns out it was just a house in the middle of nowhere where they happened to be building a steel building. Day before, I get a call from the broker saying, oh, you know what, we realize that's not a dock, it's not a business, can you unload it for us? Well, the load already paid for crap. It was 1,100 miles, paid $15.50, which meant after I give Turquoise Trucking my 15%, I made about $1.18 a mile on that. Cost about $1.10 to drive this truck. And that's, fuel, maintenance, yada, yada, yada. And so I told the broker, I said, look, I'm making barely anything and a piece of lettuce to drive this load. And they said, well, what do you want to unload? I said, I want 200. Well, they came back and they said, well, we'll give you 100. I said, no. I told you what I'm making on this load, I need at least 150. They came back and they said, okay. So it was a half trailer load of rolled up insulation in bags. Okay, took me about a half hour to unload it. I had to drag it from the front of the trailer to the back of the trailer, push it off onto the concrete pad where they had the steel building they were building. The contractor guy then dragged it to where he wanted. So yeah, it took about a half hour, sweat my butt off, granted, blah, 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 blah. I knew I could get a shower after that, made $150 off of that. Not a bad deal. And the load I picked up, then from nearest there, I had to drive up to Reno, Nevada, picked up a load of wire racks going to a brand new Amazon distribution center in Englewood, Colorado. It doesn't weigh a damn thing. It's light as hell, and it pays me $2,000 for a $1,000 drive. So somehow, after getting screwed over for like a week and a half, the angels are with me now. Can't complain. I got paid for loads I didn't do. I got detention pay, which I should get, for a load where they screwed me over at that warehouse in Denver. King Soopers Kroger, you still suck. You're not off the hook. The broker, though, partnership, way to go. I'll do another load for you guys. I like you guys. That's amazing. Anyway, killed 11 minutes on this so far. I think that's about enough of that. So just wanted to say, after last week where I pretty much thought everybody are idiots and assholes and I hate everyone in the world, some of you have redeemed yourselves, and I have a little bit of faith in humanity again. Not a lot, but some. So, you know, thought I'd do this video and say I have a little bit of faith again. Maybe it'll last, maybe it won't. We'll see. Clutch Trucker out.